Good evening. Today, May 13th, 2026, the United States Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, faced a grilling on Capitol Hill, testifying before Congress for the first time since the onset of the Iran war. His appearance was marked by an uncharacteristically defensive posture, a stark contrast to his usual demeanor as he was met with a barrage of critical questions from committees in both chambers. At the heart of the contentious sessions was the persistent accusation that the United States is running low on munitions. Secretary Hegseth vehemently denied these claims, stating, "The issue of ammunition stockpiles has been over-dramatized in a foolish and unhelpful way. We know exactly what we have, and we possess more than enough of what we need." This rebuttal served as a clear jab at Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, who just last weekend asserted that he had been informed in detail by the Defense Department about critically low reserves of specific weapons and munitions, including Tomahawks and Patriot systems. Senator Kelly had expressed alarm, declaring, "It is shocking how deeply we have already had to dip into our ammunition stores. President Trump has maneuvered our country into this situation without a strategic objective, without a plan, and without a time frame. As a result, we have consumed enormous quantities of ammunition, and that has weakened the security of the American people." His words underscored the deep divisions within Washington regarding the conduct and consequences of the ongoing conflict. Committee members also sharply focused on the escalating costs of the military operation in Iran. Secretary Hegseth revealed that expenditures have now reached approximately $29 billion, a significant increase from the recent estimate of $25 billion. Democrats were quick to criticize, arguing that the administration lacks a clear strategy to resolve the conflict and thereby avoid further financial outlays. U.S. President Trump had previously addressed the cost in a statement on March 20th, 2026, calling it a small price. Looking ahead, the Secretary of Defense announced a record budget for his department for the coming year, proposing $1.5 trillion, nearly 50% more than the previous year. This massive allocation is earmarked for new major projects, such as the planned Golden Dome missile defense shield and a fleet of new Navy ships. Hegseth justified this enormous spending by saying this will fundamentally reshape the department and ensure that all soldiers in the future get exactly what they need, and that we are superior to any adversary. However, lawmakers were not convinced. Another point of contention was the proposed $400 million in aid to Ukraine. Democratic Senator Chris Coons accused the Secretary of failing to disburse a single cent of these funds and demanded a concrete timeline for payment, noting that it has been overdue for months. Secretary Hegseth, however, offered no substantive answer. Experts have largely viewed the Secretary of Defense's congressional appearances as weak. Benjamin Friedman from the foreign and defense policy think tank Defense Priorities rated Hegseth's performance poorly, remarking, "As a grade, I would give Hegseth at most a 4, barely passed. He is a weak defender of the military budget. It is an extraordinary sum, but without an apparent reason, without a clear focus. It is actually just rearmament for the sake of rearmament." The heated testimony underscores the immense challenges and scrutiny facing the Pentagon and the administration as the Iran war continues, with questions about strategy, cost, and national security front and center. What's your take on Defense Secretary under fire, Iran war, budget scrutiny? Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.